God has an ongoing purpose for your life. And we are to glorify Jesus with our lives. But he wants you to rest assured in your salvation. Don't doubt in your salvation. The enemy will come along and wants you to doubt that you can have salvation. There's going to come a time when the enemy is going to really press hard against the church. You think he's pressing hard now? There's nothing. It is coming even harder. And he's going to come harder. He's going to attack harder. He's going to attack harder. He's going to attack harder. And it's going to be just like it was back in the old days, when the day of the martyrs. When martyrs, and you know why martyrs could be martyrs? Sometimes I wonder and I ask myself, Lord, could I stand that test? Could I really stand that test? Could I stand, but sometimes, they were hung, they were burned to the stake. It was used as human lamps. They would pour oil on them inside the Colosseum. They used them to light the Colosseum. They could walk real. Because of their love and their faith and their commitment to Christ. But God says, put on salvation, which is the confidence, assurance that you're saved. It's the confidence, assurance that although you may leave this life, what you will gain. Because you may be absent from the body, but to be present with the Lord. Because they knew who they believed. They knew. That's why they could stand there and they can be burned, they can be hung, they can be beheaded. Whatever they had to go through, they endured because they knew in whom they believed. Know that your salvation is 100% assured. 1,000% assured. Matter of fact, it's eternity. It's infinite. It's infinite. There's no end. There's no end. Rest assured in that. Take that helmet. Put that helmet on. Know that you are covered. Let's say, you're covered. Not by Affleck. But by God's salvation. Finally, you need a sword. Oh, God. You need a sword. The Roman soldier would have his sword with him. Because the sword is another weapon that we need. We have shields. We have weapons that defend ourselves. But a sword is one in which not only will we defend ourselves, but we also have to be. Sometimes you got to be on the defense, you guys. You can't just always be on the defensive. You ever went to a football game and you're watching a football game? Imagine you're at a football game. You have the Seahawks. And you're watching this game, and they're at the 50-yard line, both teams. And they're not really moving. There's no competition. Because both are playing defense and nobody's playing offense. We can't play defense all the time. So God has given us a weapon that we can also be offensive with. We have to take His word. When He gave us the gospel and said, put it on your feet, He said, take it. I always tell you, take it. Take the word to the street. Take the word to your neighborhood. Take the word to your congressman. Take the word to your president. Take the word to your schools. Take the word to Walmart. Take it to Kmart. Take it to the gas station. Take the word with you wherever you go. Yes. We need to take the word. Yes. And how do we take it? We put it inside of us. Put the word inside of you. Plant it deep inside of you. Get that word inside of you so it will be there. It will be there for God because God wants to use you. God has called you unto this warfare. And this warfare began a long time ago. We had nothing to do with it. Ever since the fall of man. God said in Genesis 3:15, I will put enmity between woman and her seed. And that, it's a mutual hatred. It's a mutual understanding. Satan hates you. Do not be deceived. Satan seeks to kill, to steal, and destroy. God has His plan, is to save the world. Satan has his plan, is to destroy destroy the world, but not only destroy the world, but destroy those who would help to try to save it. You are called to try to save it. In verse 18 it says that we need to be in prayer. Pray at all times, even as we put on all this armor. You put on all this armor, we need to pray. Pray. And he says, pray. With all prayer and supplication, keep alert. Be watching. Because in the midst of the battle, you got to keep alert and know where your enemy is. Because if you don't know where he is and know where he's coming from, he's going to get you. But we also have to know where he is and stuff and where he's coming from so we can go and get him. Because God has called us to protect those around us. Whether they are saved or unsaved. Because if they ain't saved, we need to pray for their salvation. And if they are saved and they're having, trials and difficulties, we need to pray for their encouragement, and we need to pray that they will get through that. We need to be intercessors. Jesus said, God said that they couldn't find intercessors